Hi guys, in this video we are going through question 4 for exercise 5H. So the question asks us to factorize the following expressions. Okay, so remember for factorization or factorizing, we first need to work out what are the common factors. So 10cn plus 12n. So let's rewrite this as multiplications. Okay, so 10 we can break that down as 2 times 5, right? And then times c times n plus 12, which is 2 times 6, and then times n. So here I can see, hey, the 2 and the n, they're the same on both terms. So we're going to take the 2 and the n outside. So 2n, that's our common factor. And what do we have left for the first time here? We have 5 times c, or 5c. And for the second, we have plus just the 6 left. So there we go. That's our answer for A. For C, we have 14jn plus 10n. So let's rewrite this. 14, that's 2 times 7 times j times n, plus then 10 is 2 times 5 times n. Okay, so again, we've got the 2 being the same and the n being the same. So let's bring those two outside. So it's 2n outside, and then everything else we're going to put in the brackets. So for the first one, we have 7j, and then for the second one, we have 5. So this is our answer. Next one is E. We've got 10h plus 4z. So 10, I can rewrite that as 2 times 5, and then times h here. And then for 4z, we can rewrite that as 2 times 2 times z. So the only thing that's the same here is this number 2 and this number 2 here. Now, so we only need to take one 2 outside, okay? One number 2 outside. So this number 2 here, we just leave it there, okay? So take the first number 2 outside. So, and then everything else inside the brackets. So for the first term, we have 5 times h left, or 5h left. And for the second one, we have 2 times z, or 2z. Okay, we can also check. Okay, so 2 times 5 is 10, right? So that's 10h. And 2 times 2z, 2 times 2 is 4, so that's 4z. Next is g. So for g, we have 40y plus 56ay. This is going to be a bit more difficult for us to find out the highest common factor. Now what you can do here is you can use the factor tree. So now, because these are both even numbers, I know that 2 can go into both of them, but we need to ask, is there any other number that would be the same, that would also go into 40 and 56. Okay, so let's try using the factor tree here. So 40, that's 2 times 20, and 2 times 20 we can write it as 2 times 10, and then 10 is 2 times 5. Okay, And then for 56, we can write it as 2 times 28. 28 is 2 times 14. And 14 is 2 times 7. Okay, so what do we have that are the same for this one? So we can see that there's 3 2's, 3 number 2's that are the same. Okay, so the highest common factor here, the highest common factor is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. Okay, so 40, that's 8 times 5, then times y. And then 56 is 8 times 7 times a times y. All right, so hey, I can see that. So we know that number 8 is the same for both, and also the letter y as well. So let's take 8y out as a common factor, and we have 5 left for the first term, and for the second term we have plus 7a. So this is our answer for G. Now, next one here, we have I. So I, we've got 21 HM minus 9MX. So this is a bit easier than G to find out what number that goes into both. So 21 and 9, so 3 can go into both, right? So 21 is 3 times 7, and then times H times M, minus 9 is 3 times 3, then times M times X. So we can see that it's got one number 3 and one number 3 here, and also the letter M as well. So let's take 3M outside as a common factor, and the first term we have 7H left, and for the second one we have minus, bring the minus inside, and 3 and X, so 3X. So this is our answer for I. And then finally we have K. And K, we've got 28U minus 42BU. Okay, so again, 28 and 42, they're both even, so I know that 2 can go into them. But is there any other number that is bigger that can go into both of these? Okay, so again, you probably can work it out if you know the timetable really well. But also we can use the factor tree. So 28 is, so we know that 2 can go into it. So 28 is 2 times 14, which is 2 times 7. Then 42, which is 2 times 21. And 21 here, that's 3 times 7, right? So what do we have the same here? We got the number 2 being the same, and also we got the number 7 that are the same. So the highest common factor is 2 times 7, which is 14. So let's rewrite this. So 28 is 14. Now 28 is 14 times 2, and then times U, minus. So 42, that's 14 times 3, and then times B times U. Now, if you want to know how do I get the number 2 and the number 3 here, well, have a look at our factor tree. What do we have left? We have the number 2 here, and we have the number 3. So the factor tree here, you can see that it's very useful for us when we factorize. Okay, hence the factor 3. So we have 14 being the same, and also we have the letter U being the same. So let's take 14U out as a common factor. And for the first term, we have 2 left. Bring the minus sign in, and for the second term, we have 3b left. So hopefully this helps you with question 4 for exercise 5H.